Welcome to the Some Laugh podcast.
It could be like, oh, that was some laugh, or there was just some laughs.
Some laughs.
Well, no promising all laugh.
No, there's going to be some.
It's some laugh.
I feel like damn Fraser Crane. I feel like what's her puss? Who hangs out with Fraser? Roz.
Rose and Daphne and the gang.
I feel like fucking Roz when I touch that wee button, man.
I see Frasier though. It's kind of good, but it's also quite shite, isn't it? Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree with that?
Well,
It's kind of good, but
hot
it's
start to the pod. Hot start to the pod. The rest is entertainment. Watch out. That TV show that hasn't been made for fucking decades. Here's what we think. Everyone else is talking about adolescence. Hot take on Frasier. It's kind of good, but it's kind of shit.
There's a
don't give a
bit.
fuck about adolescence, man. Talk to me about adolescence in 2046 and then I'll have an opinion on it.
Have you watched it?
No.
Well,
Too busy watching my Frasier box set.
back to Frasier then. Do you love Frasier?
No, I love Frasier. That's why I think it's a fucking great programme.
That's the thing is it was on like really early in the morning on Channel 4.
Yeah.
know
I
what
was
I mean?
always
Too
late
early.
for Reggie class. You have a Reggie class
Nah.
in England?
Registration class.
Oh right. What, there was a class of, what do you mean?
So
to
you'd show up to
register that you were in.
school, and then before all the classes started, there'd be a class of just like making sure you're there, even though
Fucking hell. That's so Scottish. That's so Scottish.
and nothing.
We're cracking on with fucking maths and physics. You guys are still
Taking attendance.
Can we just make sure we're here?
locking the doors, checking the car park.
Did you have to do it at the end of the day as well? Was there
Oh,
an end of day?
I don't think there was an end of school
to make
Reggie.
sure you stayed there the whole day. I think.
I like that. My mate's a teacher and he was in London and now he's in Edinburgh. And he's mentioned something like that before. But it sounds
Reggie
better.
class.
It sounds better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
So you
like-
just went straight into maths?
We had like 5 minutes of fucking around with, right, who's here, who's not here, how's your mental health, and then bang,
Oh, yeah.
physics. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like bang, in.
in the classroom, in the physics classroom, you done all that like.
You'd have like a form thing. So you'd have like your form, go in, and that was always fucking, it was a mess. Do you know what I mean? Nothing was. You get all fired up, and then they shuttle you straight into a lesson like maths or something. But you're all fucking. Do you know what I mean? I look
Yeah.
back at school now, and I'm like, I was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look back now and I'm like, that sort of age of like sort of 12, 13, that I think of that as being like proper school, right? Because there was nothing else. Like I think by the time you're 14, 15, you've got enough else going on in the afternoons and the evenings that school's just a bit of your day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas like 12, 13, school's everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look back at what I was like and I was like, I was just fucked. I remember I was just farting all the time.
You're farting all the time?
I was a bad
What was
farter
going
at
on?
school. I don't know. I think it's just like I was just.
Too much milk?
Too much milk. It's like that fucking coffee you made me a minute ago. My arse was having like fucking like
Don't
PTSD.
slag off the coffee I made in Mark's
He made me just
kitchen.
pure milk, and it's like my arse is having like PTSD flashbacks, like Vietnam flashbacks to year 9. Being like, fuck. I remember having a big, like like that age, you're getting like erections at weird times. I remember like being like, fuck,
Yeah,
pull the jumper
constant.
down, pull the jumper down. Not for like there was no stimulus. Do you know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
you're just 13. It's just like right, well it's 9 in the
I would
morning.
always get a hard on in S3. I don't know what year that is, but in S3,
So the third year of high
third
school.
year
so
of
what-
secondary
I thought
school.
you were going to be like 6 or something.
I was born with hangers.
It's like go through reception with
It was stunning. I would always get a hard on at the end of history, and then there would be that transition to the next classroom.
you had to walk
But I
through.
had a Megadeth messenger bag that I would bring around to kind of go right in front, and the messenger bag was the unsung hero of getting hard-ons.
I reckon you
Nice.
could go back and look back at schools, and it was all the fucking all the stiff kids had satchels. All the stiff kids, those goaler satchels. Because I did exactly the same thing, and I remember like looking at the clock, and it's like tick tick. You're like, oh fuck, I'm still hard. It's like you got to swing the satchel round, or wear it on the front, like your little knees are like bobbing it as you go, trying to hide your erection.
I remember getting called up to the front of the class to do it whilst I had one. And
Really?
I was like, trying to subtly do the old tuck thing, but I couldn't.
You can't subtly put
Well,
your
exactly.
cock-
So I just refused to do it, and the teacher's like, "What? What are you talking about?" I had to read like a thing for English.
You
or
talk
something.
about the waistband technique.
Yeah, but I could. But it
Yeah.
was just like this, and I didn't tuck it up yet. So she was like, "Oh, can you read this at the front, Stephen?" And I was like,
Everyone's turned around
Nah.
at you at this point, so they're watching you. So you can't just
"Yeah, you can't do that there." So I
stuff
just
your penis underneath
just
your belt.
refused to go.
What did you say? No.
I was just like, "No, don't want it." No, I don't want it.
Wow, everybody's like, Stevie's such a
He's a
bad boy,
badass.
man.
I was gonna. Were you like an otherwise pretty good kid? Were you like,
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes I would try and be a bit of a class clown, but like not. I wouldn't like refuse to do stuff usually. But that was the time. I'm not.
Until he's hard. until he's aroused. The teacher finds that when she wears a low cut top, you won't do a fucking thing she tells you to.
No, I was alright until like I turned 15, grew my hair long, stayed up too late, fucking, and then I just couldn't. If I know something's pointless, I just can't do it, and that continues to this day. Like if I know there's no point in doing something,
What like in school?
just like maths. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no point me learning how to do that. I don't think, because calculators exist. You can't
Yeah.
calculate a fucking paragraph like
Mhm.
Charles Dickens.
AI now.
AI, that's true. You can now.
Even like the books and stuff, like, you know, I think that's nowadays you get that quite a lot. It's almost like a meme, isn't it? It's like, why were we learning about Henry VIII when we could have learned to do tax returns? It's like, well, you know, not many people are self-employed. You know? It's like, for most of the population, I reckon Henry VIII is probably more relevant than a
Yeah.
self-assessment. Do you know what I mean? But like even like English lit, like half the fucking books you're reading, it's like I'm not regularly thinking about fucking Pride and Prejudice now.
No.
I'm not, Heathcliff. It doesn't come up. Do you know
I
what I
wish
mean?
I
I'm
got
not-
taught something that was as fucking culturally relevant as Pride and Prejudice, because they make films of that. I was getting shit like Silas Marner by George Eliot, which I've never heard anybody ever fucking speak about. I haven't even
Yeah.
seen it in Waterstones.
Sunset Song. Did you do that?
No, that sounds pish. What's that?
It's a Scottish book. We only got
Oh,
Scottish
the
books.
Cone Gatherers. You read that?
No, Wasp Factory.
Oh,
Wasp Factory,
Wasp
yeah.
Factory's shit
That's
fuck.
just like a psychopath, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just a
Yeah,
nutter.
yeah.
It's just like he hurts the animals. He's not great with his family.
it's not great. He blows,
Exactly, yeah. It's
he
like,
blows his cousins up.
well, there you go.
It's not great.
I'll be honest, I couldn't remember the book that well.
I've actually,
I was trying to stay vague. I was really blagging the Wasp Factory. I knew Wasp's in the title. I know he's not being kind to them. Do you know? If it's not the Wasp Hospital. Do you know what I mean? He's not looking after the wasps.
I've actually not finished the Wasp Factory. I borrowed it off you.
Oh, wow.
So this wasn't a school endeavour for me.
Oh, yeah, this was hanging
this
out with
was
CMB.
just before lockdown, actually.
Wow, great time
So
to
I've
read
still
about
got it. Do you
cousins
want it
getting blown
back?
up. Nah, it's alright. I've read it. It's good.
It's good. But I'd imagine the theory with those books is like, well, it's helping to mould young minds and help them sort of grow as people. It's like, I don't remember growing much whilst reading some of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember like there was a lot of Macbeth and stuff like that. It's not teaching me much about my ego and pride.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you read that shit and I remember there was one book. We had this mad teacher who was like a proper like old Cambridge head, and we were like a state school, but it was like he'd made it his kind of like mission to like teach at our school and try and get people into like Oxbridge, like Cambridge
okay,
and,
right.
and stuff like that. I remember like the first lesson, he sort of thought he sort of mugged us off because he got us to read a poem. And then he just went, "What do you think?" And then just didn't say anything for an hour. And that was supposed to be like genius.
Yeah.
And it was like some poem. It's like as the horses charge and the waves crash, white froth, blah blah blah. It was about sex.
Oh,
And that's supposed to be like the big reveal at the end of the lesson.
Right.
Like he just sat there. He was like, "What do you think?"
To me
Didn't
that-
say anything else. We all look at him like, you got to say something, and we all try and pick up the ball and keep it going. It's like a fucking podcast, really. It's like a podcast with a shit host who doesn't really ask enough questions. It's like, and then at the end of the lesson, he was just like, it was about sex, and just walked off. It's like at the time, it's like, wow, he's a genius. You look back now, it's like he's on the fucking blag. Like that is teaching. If you don't want to make much of an effort and not do a lesson plan, and he did
Yeah.
it for years as well. Everyone's brothers and sisters would be like, oh yeah, he does that first lesson every time. Just fucking takes a week off, basically.
like that. What's that fucking
Pedo
film?
patter, really, isn't it?
Pedo patter.
Yeah.
What's that film with
What film?
Robin Williams and he's like, you know,
the guy who. Oh, good. You watched it for your film
Yeah,
podcast?
was
Good Will Hunting?
no. The school one, just the
Cat per diem, Seize the Day.
yeah,
and
Seize the Day.
what's
What's
that?
that
I
film?
don't know which.
What a shite. I like your
That's the
Sam.
sort of shit he does. He's like, go out and just seize the day.
Seize the day,
And
man.
that was the lesson. And then they
Nice.
They'll
yeah.
fail their exams.
Yeah. Everyone's too busy seizing the day to do any fucking revision or turn up for school.
Like your Sam. I like your Sam Talent T-shirt.
It's. I don't think it's probably not a regular occurrence that the guests that you'll have on here will be wearing the merch.
The previous
The
guest.
person on the one previous. Imagine that. Create that as a little chain. I might. Oh fuck! I should have brought one of our podcast merch to leave here.
Yeah.
And then the next
Yeah,
person on
passed
could
it
wear
on.
one of ours and try and keep that as a little chain.
Pay it forward.
Get Ford Kieran.
I love-
Jacob Hawley.
I love Sam Talent. I big fan of his.
I just met him, when we recorded the last
Yeah,
one.
man.
He's fucking
It's got
shit
s-
hot.
I mean, I don't mind saying this because A, I think it's part of the brand, and B, not to shit on the pod. Great to be here. I don't know if he's going to listen to every episode after he's put up.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
That
I'll
man,
message him saying, just check this one out.
that
'cause
man has so many different forms of cannabis on him at all times. Like, I did a festival with him last summer, and I just noticed that he was like rolling a joint whilst he had a vape in his mouth. And it's like, and I was like, "Can I have a joint?" And he was like, "Which kind?" And he just opened his jacket. It's like,
Wow.
he had so much stuff.
Yeah.
He lives a great life.
Yeah,
Traveling the world.
Well, you were giving him travel advice, Chris, you were telling us.
Yeah, you got the Avanti West Coast up here today.
Yeah.
Sam was getting the Avanti West Coast the other direction. And
What did you tell him?
I said, you need to go to Coach U.
Why?
Well, what run me through your journey today. What happened?
Okay.
Euston to Central, Glasgow
Used to
Central.
Glasgow Central. I was coach A. Didn't
Quiet coach.
Quiet
Quiet
coach.
That's
yeah,
my coach.
Quiet coach. Got
Yeah.
a table. And what was nice actually, there was, and I always like this. There was a couple mid-20s, sort of younger, and then these older guys in like sort of I'd say like mid-50s got on, and they were talking, and the young couple shushed the older guys. That felt fucking good. man.
Okay.
No.
That felt like one for us. Tables are fucking turning. You've had your Brexit. You've had your fucking
You
government.
might have a mortgage.
Yeah. But you can shut the fuck up on Coach A.
Quiet Coach. I don't go to Quiet Coach because I like it quiet, but I get so upset when people break the rules there that they disobey the sacrament
I get what you're
of the
saying.
Quiet
yeah,
Coach.
yeah.
You're
I
al-
would rather go to a loud coach and
Well-
always loud.
And everything's fine. Doesn't
The
matter.
thing
And-
about the quiet coach is you're allowed to talk, it's just you can't take phone calls and
But you
stuff.
shouldn't be speaking because it's quiet.
You can't speak at all?
You shouldn't speak. If you need to speak,
Just go to the other coach.
yeah, we're going
There's 6 other coaches if you want to speak.
But you're allowed to speak quietly to your...
But you should not be allowed to do that.
You should take a vow of silence before going on
There
this.
should be a vow of silence.
This is like monks.
You take the vow of silence by clicking the box when you book the ticket.
You've read the terms and conditions. You've scanned your ticket. No, I think shut the fuck up if you're on the quiet coach. Also, it's 5 in the morning.
Even if your stomach rumbles.
Yeah.
Get
Ow.
out.
Ow.
What's that called? The vestibule. Get in the fucking vestibule and have a stomach rumble and get back to your fucking quiet seat.
Fucking IBS. Get out.
No
no-
IBS's in the fucking quiet coach, alright?
It's 5 in the morning. Everyone's trying to see. So yeah, I was coach A today.
What about eating food, rustling papers and stuff? Is
No,
that-
I did that, and I got a fucking glare from the young couple. And I was like,
Friendly fire,
brother.
friendly fire.
Fair
on the
enough,
wire.
brother. Like, I'll take it. I'd put my little Kit Kat away. I was fine with that. That's no issue for me. Yeah, which made because I had my Kit Kat, I didn't go to that fucking
You
sandwich
didn't go to
shop.
Coach C? Oh,
Well,
Henry, I was saying to
you
Jacob,
could-
we should go to Henry Healy's.
Chris messed me about 3 times this week. trying to-
Please go to Henry. What is this place? I've never
You
been.
never been to Henry Healy's?
No.
Used to be a chain. Now it's slimmed down to, I think, just one location.
Well, that's
next
quite
to
sad.
Central.
Going well then.
Imagine-
It's going well.
Imagine McDonald's. Imagine McDonald's went down to one restaurant.
Imagine how good the Big Macs must be. We're cutting back actually.
Listen, they are, in these times, companies are slimming down. They're minimalising. Henry Healy's
some
just
ones
came
are-
down to one location.
You ever been to Jollibee's? That place is popping up.
Is that
Yeah.
Canadian? Is that one of them? Canadian?
know.
Filipino.
Is it?
Really?
Yes. It's a Pinoy.
Wow.
It's a Pinoy establishment, a chain, and it's kind
So
of
the
like
Filipino food is spaghetti and burgers, is that?
yeah. Well,
That authentic taste.
so it's like fried chicken with spicy spaghetti with little hot dogs in the spaghetti, right? And people are like, that doesn't sound like Asian food, but it's because the Philippines were colonized by like America or something.
Right.
After like the Vietnamese War or the Korean War or some shit, like America took over for a while. So
Quite a sad story.
oh well,
Yeah, that's why you eat it. It's disgusting. It's obviously like you've heard him. It's disgusting. It's hot dogs and pasta and fried. It's awful. But we're Western, so we're apologising by funding their mad fast food chain. It's our fault. It's our fault. Of course, it's bad, but it's our fault.
Yeah, it's not so jolly.
I think it's awesome. They've got a bee in the logo. They put cheddar cheese in your spicy spaghetti.
If that's how you cooked, you wouldn't be allowed to invite people round. Like, it's spicy.
Well, the whole
With hot
cuisine's based
dogs.
on what Americans just left behind when they left.
Just because something's bad, like just because it's someone else's fault that it's bad, you can't make a chain out of it. That's great. Anyway, no. So I was on Coach A. I was Coach A today.
Thanks for
Sorry,
getting back.
so Coach
Yeah.
A, to close the loop, I was Coach A today, and I had a good time. I was happy on my.
And you're a Coach A person.
I love Coach A, but I didn't realise how strict you guys were. I thought you could talk, but you just couldn't take phone calls and
I
you
take
know,
a quite
type,
Japanese approach to train etiquette.
and people hate it.
People don't like it.
You shouldn't be doing that.
I was in Tokyo
Mm.
and I was getting the Shinkansen bullet train to Nagoya, and you're not allowed to talk on the phone.
Mm.
You're not allowed to talk to your friends on the subway.
Not allowed to wear aftershave.
You're not allowed to wear aftershave. You're not allowed to wear perfume on the train because it's the smell equivalent of shouting.
Oh, mate, I'm so on all of this. This is like. So I'm 33. I've got 2 kids, and I'm getting increasingly kind of Clarkson brains. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting increasingly like I don't know about these e-scooters, and this is talking my fucking language, man. This is everyone's behaving themselves, shirts tucked in.
Yeah. Sweaty but
Oh,
polite,
yeah, that's fine, mate.
you know.
Deodorant? Like
I was in
deodorant?
a fucking. They got a place called Don Quixote there, and it's like a chain of like newsagents with loads of. It's like a Poundland essentially. And I was like, oh, where's it? I could get my toothpaste I wanted, but it's all in Japanese. And I could get my Dove, shower gel that I like, but it was in Japanese. I'm like, where's any of the fucking deodorants? They just don't sell deodorants. I got foot deodorant and used that on my armpits.
Rock salt.
Did the people smell out there? Did you notice anything? Did you notice any body odor?
I was on Reddit, right? And as is my want. And
And those guys fucking stink.
I could smell them through the computer.
Forum guys fucking reek.
And they were saying it's because the Japanese diet. Do you know how some cultures they have quite an intense diet, spicy food and garlic, and it kind of you can smell people's diet through them apparently.
Yeah.
And in Japan, people are really sensitive to smells in public because their diet's really like brothy. Oh, someone's phoning me. I think it's the Japanese police.
Fucking
Cultural
Reddit lad.
appropriation.
Yeah, stop giving us secrets away. I'm going to have to commit seppuku in Mark's garden. Fucking hell, man. Sorry for dishonouring the proud nation of Japan. Midway through a
Is
discussion.
that true though? So because they've got a less kind of like less garlicky, chili, do you know what I mean? Less like strong, oniony.
Yeah, it's a very.
Very fish, very rice
Yeah,
based.
they're not getting a lot of seasoning.
Smell it.
Yeah, they smell great.
You'd think fish would go through your pores. No. Surely.
Mild, isn't it?
You pish fish. Fish comes out, you pish.
But it depends, well, because it's fresh fish, innit? See if it's the fish has been lying a couple of days, it gets
Exactly.
quite fishy.
This isn't a special fish supper. This
I
is...
had a smoked fish the other day, and that was fucking stinking.
You ever had that?
What's that? Well, like
Smoked
a kipper.
Smoked. It was smoked bassa,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah. I like that.
For some reason.
I eat that.
It's quite strong.
I don't have meat, so I eat a lot of fish.
Are you a
And I'm taking anything I can
You're a
get.
vegetarian?
Well, yeah,
pescatarian?
pescatarian, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have meat. I just have fish and all that. But yeah, mate.
What is that? You love animals kind of thing, or
Compromise. It's a compromise. Don't love animals. I love.
I like the way you phrased that, like, you love animals.
Yeah,
you
so you
fucking
love
dog
animals?
shagging bastard.
You fucking hippie. You fucking just stop oil. Fucking. So what is
jack
that,
off
man?
The country file. What is this?
Yeah, why'd you do that? someone's diet. Yeah, why, man? No, my missus, when I got with her, she's vegan.
Yeah.
Well, she was vegan, and I was eating everything, and then we met in the middle. We compromised.
That's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't miss it massively, but it's that, you know, if I know people who've gone full one way or the other. Do you know what I mean? They've either pulled their partner to meat or their partner's pulled them to veganism. And I think it's nice that we've.
Does it just not work if she's all vegan and you're meat? Does it just like meal
Well, it's
times?
just like she sat there talking about how like it's the poor lambs are getting slaughtered 'cause it's Easter, and I'm sat there like, yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like you don't feel like you're.
Are you FaceTiming her from Toby Carvery?
Well, it's like, yeah. No, it's not. She's not like an activist, but you know, and I don't know. It was just that thing of like we've sort of. She's spoke enough about it, but then it's like and this has been a big thing of our relationship. Is like I can't go full hippie. Do you know what I mean? It's like I with my family who are very much the other way. I can't go full fucking hippie. Like there are little things that I'll agree to. Like for example, we tried to. So I've got 2 kids. My daughter. She was about to start like preschool, like nursery last September, and we got good local state school that does that for free, all good. But my missus was like, "No, we should do a forest school." Have you heard of this?
What is that?
So it's this idea of like rather than, and it's for sort of younger kids, rather than a proper school, they're outside all day, all weather. Doesn't matter. They get like proper like waterproofs, and they're outside the whole time. They're mucking around with sticks. They're building little forts, blah blah, all year round, right? Because and it's a very like Nordic kind of Scandinavian, like 3 years paternity leave. Who needs to read, right? That's not right. and but my daughter, my kid, she's not. She likes TV. Yeah. She likes ceilings. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Bluey? Is she big into Bluey?
Yeah, man. Of course she is. It's
Bluey's
fucking great. You watched
Bluey's
it?
great,
It's
man.
fucking beautiful.
I watched one episode. I don't have kids. I just watched it.
Mate, I'd recommend, there's one called Sleepy Time. I'd recommend anyone watches that episode of Bluey. You'll fucking cry your eyes out.
Really?
Try it tonight.
Can you synopsisize it?
They're basically, they're sort of trying to get the kids to sleep in their own beds, right? And it's hard to watch because they're dogs. They're Australian dogs.
Yeah.
And you like that kind of thing.
I'm
Dogs
into
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
You
like animals and shit.
Yeah. We don't actually watch any humans on the TV. It is hard because you're watching these Australian dogs and they're fucking patient with the kids and they're emotionally complex and they're listening to the children and they're not losing their temper. It's like, fuck it, I screamed at them last night. They're better than me. Do you know what I mean?
It's a cartoon, no?
Yeah, I know, but they're like the parents you want to be, and they've got tails. Do you know, it's bad. It's embarrassing. But in this Sleepy Time episode, they're trying to get the kids to sleep in their own bed, and the kids keep wanting to come into their bed, and you can see the kids dreaming and how sad they are about not being around their mum anymore. But then they've got their teddy, and it's emotional music. It's beautiful. So my daughter likes that. So we tried to get her to go to this forest school, and she just wasn't. She was like, "This is too fucking hippie for me." Like she's 4, but like We had to walk through this. It's like Hampstead Heath, big park, right? Yeah. So to walk through the park to get to fucking base camp, where there's a man who calls himself Sycamore. He's in there, and you got to drop him off. And like my daughter, my daughter would be like knackered just to walk to the camp, and then she'd be saying to me, she's like, "What am I going to do in the morning?" I was like, "Oh, you're going on a hike," and I could see her like, "Oh," you know what I mean? Just like, "Oh, I'll fucking die for a beanbag right now." Do you know what I mean? And, mate, we lasted a week, and she fucking hated it. And also they gave it all this chat at the beginning of like, yeah, sweet, all year round outdoors. Bear in mind they start in September. It's warm.
The United
2 days in, 2 days in, we're not in this hemisphere, brother. Like it's fucking warm.
Yeah.
2 days in, they're like, "Oh, high winds today, so we have to stay in the hut in the car park." So it's a fucking
That's worse than a school.
And it's way worse than school. And it's always that thing of like, it's nice to go a bit hippie, but you can't go too hippie. You got to go to school. You got to go to a proper school.
You got to wear shoes. Bro.
You got to wear shoes. You got to wear shoes. It is literally that thing. My girlfriend's dad. He's as hippie as she wants to be.
Right.
Right.
And it's I don't want to slag him off, but she
No,
won't
of course.
listen, so I can do what I want. I'm free here. Like, he hasn't got a fucking
Yeah,
beard.
this podcast doesn't work outside of Scotland. If you try and listen to this in England, your headphones explode.
It's like when dogs can listen to like higher pitch. Like, huh? Yeah, like my father-in-law, he built his own house, like a sort of timber house, right? He built his own house in a field in west of Ireland. They're Irish, my missus, my family. He dug out his own road to get there. He doesn't have a bin.
What does it do?
He's
chuck stuff away.
Well, so his whole thing is like you can
Compost
just
and-
compost. Then one of the drawers in the kitchen units is like plastics. Any paper stuff he just puts in the fire. You there? I've got an 18-month-old kid. Shits himself in a nappy. We burning that, brother? What's
breathing
happening
that?
there? Yeah, exactly. Shall I bury it? What do you want me to fucking do? Try and find a local cow who'll eat it? Like, where are we going? It's fucking hard, but this is...
Do you
'Cause
use
it's
the,
like-
the reusable nappies? You know, the washable ones.
Fuck, man, I'm busy. I'm coming up here to see you boys. I'm not cleaning nappies. So we got it's classic disposables from a Lidl. Like we got to bin these things. It's hard. Like I think there's a big thing nowadays of like people want to be more earthly. People want to be more in touch with conscious of nature, all that sort of thing. But you can't go too far.
As I've got older, I've in the last couple of years since COVID, basically, I'm definitely more like interested in being outside and not hippie-ishness necessarily, but sitting by a river for an hour.
It's on that path though, isn't it?
It's on the path.
It's on that path.
Getting
man.
a bit high and sitting by the river sounds quite nice.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to build your own path is the difference.
This is
You're not
it.
gonna
This
dig
is
your own
it. The path has to have concrete on it that was made by a professional contractor. It's when someone's
Pre-made
digging their
path.
own path to get to the river, cooking your own edibles. Before you know it, you're not wearing shoes and you're homeless. You are just homeless.
Well, it's like I think we're kind of social creatures, and I think we're always happiest when we have a nice community. And people who live, not to slag off your girlfriend's dad, but or anybody
Go for
like
it,
that.
man. I was there for a weekend last week. I'm ready.
But it's like all these people who are like, I just want to be self-sufficient in the middle of nowhere and by myself. You're a bit like, yeah, that's not what being alive's all about.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Do you know the reasons we built houses and roads and hospitals was to fucking get near each other?
Yeah.
He lives on a boat now, my girlfriend's dad.
Oh, what type of boat? A houseboat?
Not really.
barge.
No. No, not much house on the boat. I'll be honest.
A rowboat.
No, I
Rosie and Jim type
I haven't
shit.
seen the boat.
He's a puppet.
He's got this woolen wife. He's got this crochet wife. She can't talk, man. Christmas was hard. Christmas was real tough.
Putting vegan gravy up to a woolen woman's lips.
Yeah, he's had a breakdown. I'll say it. He's lost his mind. No, well, yeah, no. He moved to Lanzarote, which is what all like retired Irish men in their late 60s will do eventually.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how like geese flock south. They do eventually find their way to the Canary Isles. And he's got this boat and just spent fucking ages building this boat, fixing it. He bought it. You know, he thought he got himself a deal. You know, $100,000 boat for $20,000. It's obviously got a fucking hole in it. He was living in a car for a while. And it's like, my missus like, I'm worried about dad. And I'm like,
Yeah, you should be. Yeah. Is he just skint or is he just?
it's that lifestyle,
well,
it's
he's
that
got a house in
mentality.
Ireland, but he just bought the boat. He wanted to live on the boat. He's done up the boat. He's on, and now like the boat is functional, but he's got mad ideas with this fucking boat, man. Like so he's back in Ireland now, but he left the boat in the Canaries. And by the way, this is I don't go to therapy, so it's great to have a space to come and slag off my in-laws.
I didn't realise that's what therapy was really for until I went for it, and I was just like, yeah, she's fucking mother-in-law, well, not mother-in-law, but my ex-girlfriend's mum's fucking sleeping on the floor in the kitchen, and the therapist's like, yeah, that's fucked up. And
That's
you're
not normal.
It's so nice to hear that the things that you think are not normal are in fact not normal from someone that you're paying to agree with you.
No one likes using the word gaslit. But the way you all keep telling me that that's normal. But yeah, he's got this boat in the Canaries now, and he keeps being like, yeah, I'm gonna sail it back to Ireland from the Canaries, and I'm like, he's got no sailing experience. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
He's just been sort of pottering around the edge of Lanzarote on this boat, and he's staying pretty close to the fucking
Rocks.
shore. Yeah, yeah.
He's been dashed up on the rocks a few times.
Yeah. He's sort of bobbing off the beach. It's like his sunbathers just having to push him back out every time. He's got a banana boat. He's on a jet ski. But he keeps and now he was like, I'm gonna try and get back to Ireland, and my missus was like, please don't do that. But now he's set his sights. Genuinely, he's set his sights on the Caribbean. He wants to sail to the Caribbean from the Canaries. So that'd be like up across Europe, around fucking the North Pole, down Canada to Caribbean. And my missus keeps being like, I don't know why he wants to go to the Caribbean. Come on, man. Well, single Irish man. Bunda.
Do I need to spell it out for you guys?
BHU. Just going for arse, man.
Is this a new song? Do I need to spell it for you? Bunda. I'm excited for your new reggaeton career, Jacob.
I was throwing an H in there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's a perv. He's trying to get down to the Caribbean.
Get some ass.
Yeah.
But there's no need to go to the North Pole to go.
That's how you get across. That's how you get across, surely.
Well,
he can't go across the fucking ocean. if he goes as the crow flies, he's fucking dead. He's dead so fast.
Columbus, whatever he did.
Yeah.
He would have gone up and round.
Oh, okay.
That's the way, no? Am I wrong on this? I've only been
I
to
don't know
America.
enough.
I've only flown to America once, so I'm pretty sure we went up and round. You don't go across.
Do you not just Atlantic it?
God, people are going to be fucking
Titanic?
screaming.
I'm
at
not
their headphones.
smart.
People are
What
screaming.
a fucking navigator that's listening to this.
quite
God,
funny,
they don't know anything about.
We started this being like, they don't teach you anything important at school, do they? We don't know how to get to America.
People are like, were these three educated in a forest?
I used to put my stick across the stone, and that means straight across the world.
Alright guys, Mark here just letting you know about a couple of things we've got coming up. Myself, Steve and Stuart are doing some joint stand-up previews before the Edinburgh Festival in Glasgow on the 17th of June, 8th of July and 22nd of July. You'll be able to see all three of us in the intimate venue that is now called Gale and Grain. Used to be Van Winkle West End, so it's on Sandyford Place, which I'm sure many of you will know fairly well. And so if you want to see the three of us in an intimate environment as we work up jokes, we've called the show Not All Laugh, but there will be quite a lot of laughs, especially by July. So there's a couple of tickets remaining. The first dibs to those went out to our patrons as ever. And if you would like to sign up to the Patreon, you can do so for as little as just £3 a month, where, as you well know by now, you can get access to an extra episode every 2 weeks plus bonus content from all our previous live shows, behind the scenes footage, all of that type of thing. And I've also got another preview with Christopher McArthur Boyd, who you'll have enjoyed on this last couple of weeks' episodes. I believe it's on the 14th of July, which is a Monday night, but it's at the Stand Comedy Club in Glasgow. One of the last times to see us at the current, soon-to-be old venue before they move at the beginning of September. So hopefully catch you there. Stuart and Steve do have another couple of previews throughout the summer as well, but they're no fucking here to promote it, so you can find that for yourself if you do so like. But if you'd like to see all three of us, come see us at Gale and Grain in Glasgow in June and July. Aside from all that, guys, obviously the Fringe tickets are on sale as well for August if you're going to be there. Apart from that, enjoy the rest of the episode.
And I just flew to Australia and back there via fucking Dubai or something. And I'd never, when I'm flying over places, I'm like, wait, that's there? I don't know where anything is. Why should I? Why should I know where Croatia is, really?
Well, when I was in Australia, I was like, I'll jump across to Vietnam on the way back, just to, whilst I'm out that way. Turns out that way is like 12 hours that way. And I was, I've made a huge mistake, and then I had to go another fucking 18
They're all
hours.
the same, aren't they? Vietnamese, Australian. I think Hawaii's around there. Just nip in.
If you keep going far enough, you'll get there
Pop
eventually.
in on the way back.
For the Philippines, they get a Jollibee, man.
Oh
you know?
man, Jollibee.
Spicy
You went to
spaghetti.
Croatia, didn't you? You mentioned Croatia there.
I went to Croatia last week. I've been twice.
You've been stagging.
Was stagging last week. I've been to Dubrovnik with my wife, and Croatia with the lads.
Oh, there we go.
Split.
You've been to Croatia twice?
Yeah, it's a lovely place.
What's it? The only thing I know about it is like
Dado Perso.
no. You arranges play?
Yeah, I that's all I said to taxi drivers the whole time.
Dado
Dado
Perso.
Perso, Nika Yelovich, like, and they were like, yeah, we know them.
There's fucking hundreds of better players. Oh, but you are
Modric.
Scottish, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, screaming Rakitic at you, like, come on!
Come on,
I love Modric.
Modric.
He's
is
my
great.
favourite. I don't like football. I seen him play in the Euros about 5-6 years ago or something, and I was like, wow, this guy can really play.
Oh, man.
Very technical player.
He can kick a ball. That
He
guy.
can put it in a direction you're like, wow, you just knew it was going to happen there.
He also just refuses to stop.
Yes.
he's-
Oh, is he old as fuck now?
He's 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's 40 and he's
He
just
look-
still cracking on.
He looks
Yeah.
like shit, but he's some guy.
Yeah, Gail Platt, innit? It's a real, like, my little old Nan's still playing for Real Madrid at 40. We're all so proud of her. Little Nanny Luca still knocking around in midfield. We're so proud. Yeah, but I've been to Croatia. The thing is, like, that part of Europe, that sort of like former Yugoslavia, you know, where it was all a bit tasty, late 90s. That is like fucking beach hotspot now. Do you know what I
Really?
mean? If you want to,
When
Now
I
the
think of-
gunfire's died down. It's kind
When
of.
I
Yeah.
think you think of Yugoslavia, you think, oh, this is not going to be nice.
potatoes and dumplings.
Yeah,
That's
and then-
I mean, that is most of Europe, though. Like, I will say that is like I went to Berlin a couple of weeks ago, and that is also potatoes and dumplings and fucking pork knuckles. And you realise, like, you like to think of Europe as being like this super cultured, like, oh wow, yeah, it's got all this different amazing stuff going on. It's like 99% of it is potato people. Do you know what I mean? Like Italy and Spain really spice it up.
Yeah.
Take them out of Europe,
Yeah,
it's a beige place.
Potato land.
It's
Yeah.
dumpling land. It's
I
fucking.
like potatoes.
Right, I've got nothing against potatoes.
Potatoes are
I'm
great.
not knocking potatoes.
potatoes are
Sorry
beautiful.
for that tone of voice.
Yeah, don't be.
I like potatoes.
My fiance.
All right, man.
My,
No, don't say this.
my fiance's Irish, right? I've got nothing against potatoes. Yeah, like my family are Irish. I love potatoes, but like you think of. Oh, France and Italy. It's like, no, there's France, Italy, Spain. Yeah, that is like the fucking, you know, there's all sorts going on.
And that was like places where like Africa came up and
Yep.
had a good time.
Yeah, all different, you know, Latin culture influence and all that. The rest of Europe, nearly all of it is very similar. From Hungary, your Norways, your Polands, your Croatias, you
Well, Croatia. If you're on the coast, it's beautiful. I think if you go.
I'm not saying it's not beautiful. I'm not saying it's not beautiful.
If you go a bit further in, it's a bit more potatoey. But like, so on the coast, it's gorgeous.
Can't figure out what potato is like code for. It's a little bit potato once you get past the
Big
the
guys, moustaches, smoking a lot, questionable morals during the war, and grey buildings. That's when I think of potatoey. It's dumplings, it's soups, it's moustaches, it's
Sorry,
Pretty
Sarajevo.
basic.
big quiet men with moustaches and lots of cigarettes.
That's Scotland as well. I mean, we're such a chip
That's the
heavy.
UK. It's the UK.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
We're not. I'm not saying we're any different to this, but no, I've been to Croatia. How was your stag do in Croatia?
It's good, very good.
How old are you, Stephen?
33.
You're 33. How grown up was your stag? Was it like, because Croatia you can do different ways? I think you can do the kind of like lads on sort, or you can have nice pasta and eat well and.
We didn't do that. We done a bit of. We tried to do the former, and we were too old for it. So we'd be drinking from 10 a.m. Went on a boat cruise, a booze cruise,
Oh, okay.
and then we were in our bed for like 11.
Right.
Sunburnt off the fucking boat and straight into bed.
Sounds lovely.
And then, but stuff like that, like we're all on a boat. It's a good laugh. I'm doing funnels of beer and pretending to wank it on my face and stuff, and then going
Now
home
we're
at
talking.
10 o'clock and like it was a good night had by all.
Did that
you
get
know?
a couple of laughs for the
Oh
boys?
yeah, oh yeah.
Wank it.
Looks like cum. Looks like cum, lads.
Wank that beer.
Guess that too detailed. Like. Play with it afterwards. Torture him.
Pinch it off.
But my wife,
Look down the camera. Make eye contact.
So these were separate trips. Your wife wasn't on the stag do?
No, of
No,
course
of
not.
course not.
No,
That'd be mental.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But my wife was very disappointed in me for doing the funnel because she's quite OCD in terms of germs. So she was like, "Oh, I'm not going to kiss you for a while until you get tested."
You get tested.
Yeah.
You go to the sandy foot to get you.
So just in case I've got herpes or something like that.
You're not gonna get herpes. I mean, you were wanking it, but you're not gonna get herpes off a funnel.
But I mean, a lot of people were using this funnel.
That says a lot about how she feels about your mates.
Yeah.
That's like, she doesn't think highly of your friends.
You've used the same drinking receptacle as Craig. So.
Craig gave me a cigarette. Get fucking tested. Get tested.
This is the thing. She's got crazy morals. So like, she'll be like, "Go to a strip club. I don't care about that. That's fine." But see, if you do a funnel of beer, you're getting tested. I'm not kissing you. If you do a vape, get you're sleeping on the couch. She doesn't like
Really?
vapes
Wow.
and cigarettes and stuff.
What, I mean, as in like sharing them or just smoking
In
one?
general.
Oh really?
She's got a lung condition.
Condition, that's right, yeah.
So that's different. I just brought the tone down. Sorry, lads.
No.
So I was wanking this funnel of beer. Right?
Within 90 seconds of tossing off a beer.
Lung condition.
My wife's quite unwell, actually. Mental health podcast within.
Can we put music like lo-fi hip hop beats
I'm
to
really
be sad?
concerned.
I'm sorry, lads.
I don't know
that's
if I'd find love after her. I think I'd be really lonely if she were ever unwell.
I've never been on a stag do.
Never.
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 Nobody. I was supposed to arrange Roscoe's. I didn't.
Well, so you didn't go? Did you not go?
You didn't have one.
Didn't
I was the
arrange?
best.
Oh, okay.
I was the best man.
Oh, I see.
And
sorry.
everybody was like, "When's this getting organised?" And I was like, "Oh, later."
Oh, what? So you just didn't do
I
one?
just didn't do one. People were pretty upset about it at the wedding.
Yeah, I imagine he was.
Yeah. It was
Of all the people, I'd imagine he was. Yeah.
I said to him after, I was like, well, let's just fucking go to Amsterdam and get full of fucking, pardon me, hash.
I thought that was how you like don't say weed on the podcast. You just burp every time.
Traviska.
You know, we went for a little. We were in Colombia the other day. Doing
And then he was like, oh, my dad has labyrinthitis or something. His dad's got some fucking condition where he can't fly or his brain doesn't work or something. So whatever labyrinthitis is. I keep saying that.
Like you're scared of heights, basically?
No, he's not scared of heights. It's like he's got some...
If it's itis, it's like a medical, isn't it? It can't like it's not phobia, is it? It's like,
No, but like...
He's like got heitophobia.
It's like he goes about fucking the
His balance is
Yeah.
fucked. So I think
surely that's just don't bring dad then.
I said that. And apparently
Surely
that's
that's don't bring dad.
apparently that's rude to say.
We did one from one of my best mates a couple of weeks ago, and I was on the organising party.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually did it.
Alright, cool.
not to show
Not to
off,
brag.
but I actually threw a stag do. But like with him, it like his dad's like a like weightlifter, good looking bloke. That his dad was, there was like an unspoken thing of like his dad knew that we all just wanted to do gear, and so it's kind of a thing of everyone had that, but it was like just hold, and then
Until it goes to...
when George goes. And he was like, his dad, he was literally like, when he left at like 6, he was like, right, you can all get on it now, lads. Cheers,
That's
George.
lovely.
Yeah. But yeah, we had it.
Where did you go? Oh,
Well, Tottenham,
Tottenham.
yeah.
Sorry.
Where do you go? I've been to Tottenham.
Well-
Nice stadium.
Yeah.
You're an Arsenal fan, is that right?
Yeah, it was a boxing related thing, to be honest. It's because there was the Chris Eubank fight. You know, Chris Eubank
Junior.
Jr. versus Conor Benn, Nigel Benn's son.
Wow.
And
Nepo babies.
Combat trained Nepo babies. Elliot Steele just shadow boxing outside. Hoping, yeah, no, maybe I could get involved. No, but yeah, but yeah, the stag was so we sort of did like a little pub crawl around Tottenham, and then we got a bar. Like a rooftop bar near the stadium, near enough to the stadium that we could hear the stadium. Like we basically got we were like, look, we don't like you enough to get tickets, but we're gonna. Well, you can hear it, and then the bar let us bring a TV and put it on this thing. So and the bar, it was a shitty enough bar that they were like, do what you want, we'll turn a blind eye. So it's like, we're all geared up, and it's like
That's nice.
watching the boxing. It's like, we're all just like. But then I don't know if you've had this thing like. what the Stag wants is to be able to go back to a house and do what we used to do when we were like 22, which is just get on it all night.
Yeah.
But we all have like long-term partners and children now, so no one has a house where you can do that. And if anyone does, they don't want anyone doing it there.
Yeah.
So you've got this Airbnb thing of like trying to find an Airbnb. Like I did, my other best mate organised it a few years ago, and we got this like absolutely horrendous crack den. It was like a 1-bed, but you know they were literally like, have fun, don't burn it down, then you can have your deposit back.
Wow.
Whereas this time we ended up getting this like proper like family cottage up the road, just outside London, a place called Cheshunt.
Oh.
And so we had to get like a cab up there afterwards, and it's just fucking horrible, man. Like we're just there in this dining room. It's like a real like family vibe in this dining room. There's a high chair in the corner, and we've just got like 15 cunts just like packed around a table, covered in like roll-ups and like a phone playing music in a glass to try and make it a bit like so grim. All just watched boxing as well, so all be like, I think you should have got inside a bit more. So unpleasant.
The combat sports drug taking vibe is so like
horrible. Yeah, horrible, man. It's like it's. I think what happens is people often fight and hurt each other, and it's like, and also like walking around the area of this stadium of where that fight was happening. It's like all you could just see is like twats, like big blokes who'd been like let out by their wives for like the night, tattoos and fucking like designer clothes.
I was driving through Manchester. I was being drove through Manchester the night of like a big YouTuber fight last year.
Oh god, yeah.
Like a Logan Paul type thing or something. One of the Paul brothers or one of these cunts. And like the vibes were just like people were just punching walls, man. Yeah. People were fighting bins out here. Like fucking digging in the bins.
God! Just whacking everything they can.
Who are you fucking talking to, mate? Yeah, just it's horrendous.
It's horrendous. But that's what the Stag wanted. He was like, I want that. I want that vibe.
Why be a boy again?
Yeah.
I just want to be one of the boys. I want to be one of the boys sometimes as well, but
we didn't sleep at all, and it's like we kept going the next day, and we used to do that quite a lot when we were in our early 20s, and we're like sort of early to mid 30s now, and there was one lad, there was a sort of other friendship group who we're all mates with, but they're like a bit younger, they're like late 20s, and there's one lad from that group, bless him, guy called Joe. He's had a lot of health stuff over the last few years. He's Crohn's disease. Yeah, here we go. You've done your wife, little Joe. But he sort of kept up. He'd never done it before, and he kept going all night, kept sniffing and drinking and doing everything. And then, like in the morning, it was just me and my two mates. There's me and the other best man and the Stag, and then this Joe guy had kept up, and he'd never done it before. And like you've never seen. He looked like Alan Brazil. Like his head had like inflated. Like it was like I reckon his head weighed a stone more by the morning. His eyes were like completely just bright red, and he couldn't really speak. He would just do these sort of squeaking noises, like. And he'd be like, "You're right there, Joe." He's like. And he sort of, we were still drinking, and we were like, "You want another tin?" He's like, "I don't know, man.
Don't know when you've dolphinized here."
He's like dolphinized. And we were like, I think it's time for home time, Johnny. And we let him. We were like, off you go, train station. Come on, mate. Come on, look after yourself. And then like an hour later, it was like midday. So we're like, finally, pubs are open. Let's get in a pub quick. We walked up the road to go to the pub. The way we'd sent him to go to a train station, and we just found him going round a mini roundabout, just on his own. What? It's just in such a bad way that he was just going walking around on the road. This mini. We're like, "Fuck, Joe, get out of the road." Get out the road! Oh man, we took him for a pint, and I felt so bad because all the people in the pub were like pointing at him. They were like, "Fucking hell, look at that head!"
Yeah,
and he's like, so fucking.
Is he all right now?
He's fine. Yeah.
They put a thumbtack in his head.
Best thing is, like, his girlfriend called him like while we were in the pub, and he's like, "Hello." She's like, "What's wrong with you?" He's like, "Been out all day." You need to go home. He's like, "I'm coming.
Come out of your minds.
I'm having a pint with the boys. Leave me alone."
What's wrong with that?
Why do you think I'm so under the fucking thumb? I'm my own man. You're going around a fucking mini roundabout a minute ago. I can't do it anymore. I can't do like even like by the end of that day, the stag was like, "Come on, let's keep going." It's like, fucking why?
Yeah.
Like when you were like, "Oh, we went to bed at 10," I think that's fucking brilliant. Of course you go to bed at 10. You've been drinking since the morning. Like, yeah, why would you not? And then, like with all these things of like, let's go all night, let's not sleep. It's like, why? We've got nothing to say.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say. We've known each other 20 years. What are we going to say? We've been talking all fucking day. What's going to come up at 2 a.m. that you forgot to say at 10? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what wasn't said at 11 that needs to be said at 5 in the morning?
It's really just let's do stimulants.
Yeah. But to stimulate what? You're not getting anything done. Do you know what I mean? No one's doing anything. We started having arm wrestles because we didn't know what else to do. Genuinely having arm wrestles. Like, if you'd have walked through the door, you'd have seen these sweaty men gritting their teeth.
I really like your podcast.
Thank you very much.
Screen Rot.
Yeah.
With you and Jake Farrell.
Young Jake. Yes.
Young Jakey boy, like him.
Pulled him back from the brink. Well, it kind of started because he tried to leave social media for his mental health.
Right.
And I just kept sending him the worst bits of social media to try and break his mental health. And he's like literally like begging me, like, please, I'm spending so much money on therapy. You can't send me the family again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what we do. We talk about a different kind of content creator each week. We try not to just like take the piss. We obviously end up taking the piss, but like we try and make it a bit more.
How do you pick them? I was thinking that because it's like Chris Eubank there and... I wouldn't say he was an influencer, but he is a kind of online character.
Would you believe that was shortly after the Stag do where I spoke about him for 19 hours? I was still so stimulated that at 4 a.m. I was like, Jake, we have to talk about Chris Eubank.
Have you seen the Lou Through with him?
Yeah,
that's a good episode.
But he's an amazing character, right? He's just like he's almost like. He arrived 20 years early for social media and is the dream. Do you know what I mean? He lived on the street for a while, got this insane voice. Chris Eubanks, hello, it's very nice. It's a bit Brian Bedondi.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Brian Bedondi.
You ever played Minecraft? It's a bit like a Minecraft villager. Just a nation of cubic Eubanks. But it's honestly, it's how do you pick these people?
It's literally just what's on the algorithm, and I say like, how do we pick it? Like we've got like the listeners and the patrons specifically now do suggest stuff to us, but it's also like you want someone who's like. You can take the piss out of a bit, but has also got a redeeming feature or quality where you can kind of love them a little bit as well. But we also do have rules now because it's like I think we've got it wrong in the past where like you're picking on someone who's got 20,000 followers. It's like some poor cunt who's trying to make a career in music. Do you know what I mean? But like so now it's like we say they have to have either 100,000 followers or have rich parents. That's the rule. Right. So it's we're enjoying it and we're coming to Glasgow. In October,
doing a stand, sold out, isn't it?
Yeah. We couldn't believe that. We couldn't. Because you know, it's like we're doing this. It's like, and we had a long time where no one was listening. We had like 6 months of like 300 listeners a week, and we're like, you guys are fucking keeping us going. It's like, and so now it's nice that we can come to Glasgow and people will come, and we're gonna do Edinburgh outside of the Fringe, do
awesome.
Monkey Barrel and stuff.
Oh, great.
Yeah, man. So. Yeah.
Have you had any Scottish? Have you had Dan Ewan Henderson on it?
We've done Dan.
Yeah, I've seen him in the Oran Moor once.
No way.
Yeah, and he was just it was like seeing a demon in real life. I think I was sitting with you, and we were just having pints in the Oran Moor, and like, do you know when like you're talking to somebody and someone's out of focus behind the person you're talking to, and your eyes kind of sharpen.
Focus switches.
And it's just this. It was before he was like hench. This was like 10 years ago, probably, and he was kind of like creature.
Because he used to do stuff. Remember on Facebook, he used to do stuff like he'd be like,
girls, you're beautiful. Girls, you're beautiful, no matter what size you are, and all that sort of shit. And I don't mind a bit of cushion in the pushing.
Yeah, a bit of cushion for the pushings. I'm all for that. And now he's like fully like, Oh, you sluts! You want a Scottish dick, you American sluts.
Well, because that's yeah. So he really
my claymore.
he found an
Otherwise
audience
Irish.
in America. So
Yeah.
there was all these like sort of Pennsylvania widows who were like, "We love you, Daniel. Come to meet me." But then he went to America, and I think it went wrong.
Right.
And he's back in I don't know which city he's in, but he's in Scotland now.
Wow.
And it's so funny now because like you're right. So he went from being like because he's been doing it for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And then
when I was a teenager, he was an influencer. Like,
there was someone. The videos I think it's disappeared off the internet now, but there was a video of someone who did what you did, spotted him out, and they just fucking slide tackled him. You can see he's on the dance floor, just like sort of looking around like that, and then he just fucking goes over because someone slide tackles him.
a slide tackle with no ball. It's one of the most brutal attacks possible.
And then the guy who does it just gets up and runs off. His little like polo shirt with his mates. But so he went to America to try and capitalise on the Pennsylvania widows, and something must have gone wrong. He's probably been attacked. Right? In Scotland, you get slide tackled. In America, you'll get shot. You know. But he's back now, and now it's like. All the life is gone behind his eyes. He's still doing the videos, but like his heart's not in it anymore. like he's in a room now, and you can hear the TV still on in the background, and he's almost not looking at the camera. He's like, "Hey, ladies, I just love your little pooch. If you want to hear more, why not follow me?" It's like you just give up, Daniel. Do you know what I mean? You've had your moment. It's done.
Rejection is hard as an artist. You know what I mean? You can relate.
Yeah. We've all had
We've all
bad
had
fringes.
setbacks,
We've all had 3 stars. We've all had 3 stars. He spent $2,000 on PR, and it wasn't his year. It was a strong year for Dan.
They big posters in the Cowgate on the cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
It can really put a
Out of
dampener.
hand, had my trousers down.
Out of pocket, out of hand, man. You know, it's hard. But yeah. Any other Scottish country have I done it?
Who else have we done from Scotland? I can't think of anyone that comes to mind straight away. I don't just say this to try and warm myself to your audience, but Scottish people tend to have a level of kind of fun and silliness that sort of keeps them away from the cringe levels that we go for. It's the self-importance that we target. Do you know what I mean?
Have you done that fucking family of guys who dance?
Family.
Yeah,
We've done one, and we're just about to do a revisit on them because they've now done their own podcast, and so what they do because obviously in the videos they just sort of dance with the dad, and the dad. The dad's been on a bit of a journey because initially you could see. This is what we do. We sit here and pontificate on the father's intention.
Yeah.
There's one who's clearly the ringleader. Yeah. There's one. The middle son is clearly the fucking. He wants everyone dancing. He's in the middle. He's clearly the choreographer, right? Then the dad initially was very reluctant. It was like a big, like you get those like big Russian circus bears, and there's someone like pointing a shotgun at their head to make them do kick-ups. Do you know what I mean? Come on! Whereas now the dad's very into it. But what they're trying to do now, they're trying to show like the people that they are behind the dancing, and it's like once you've heard 90 seconds of this podcast, you're like, just fucking keep dancing, man. no one needs to meet the real you. Just do another fucking dance.
That's fucking brutal, man.
Fucking every time that comes up, it's just his big smile. He's doing all that shit.
The thing is, so they came up, and I think a lot of these people did. They came up as like a lockdown thing, and I think it was a real thing of like, we're all, Nan's dead, but these guys are staying positive. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we have to queue in the supermarkets for an hour now, but at least these guys are staying positive. It's like positivity was like a real thing. Whereas now it's back to normal.
Ted Lasso type shit.
Mate. I was talking to someone about it the other day. Ted Lasso would not have happened in any other era. No. It's only because everyone was fucking depressed, and it was like, well, look, Ted's motivated. That is a fucking bad show. That is a fucking. I'm sure all of us have done home self tapes to try and get on that show, and we haven't got on it, so we can say it. That's a bad show.
I've not done a self tape for that, but I would if it came up. But it's shit. That is. I mean, 100% would be in it, but it is bad.
I would do it for money, but I would never fucking watch it back.
I would kill 9 people to be Brett Goldstein's character, but I wouldn't watch it.
Not watch it back. Yeah, I'd do anything to be on it, man. But like, fucking
I
sucks.
would literally rip my own skin off and run through a waterfall of salt just to fucking be an extra, but not for me personally.
Fair play to them. Good
Yeah,
boys.
fair play to the
Fair
boys.
play to the boys. Fair play to the dancing boys,
So-
the family, the positive lads.
The reason that I like Coach U is
Oh yeah, to go back to this.
Oh fuck me!
yeah, Coach A.
This is like a fringe show. This is beautifully. This is beautifully summed up.
Get the applause break from the Brett Goldstein gag. Have a sip of drink. And anyway,
We even had this sad 40-minute mark when I talked about my life.
Listen, we're all very talented comedians.
Yeah,
And,
we know how to do this.
it's not some laugh. It's not Olaf.
It's
some
not
laugh.
Olaf.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
is some
Olaf.
laugh. Actually, now I look at that mug.
It's not some laugh.
I just think Coach U is the best because what I do is I'll buy the ticket, the seat number and the coach is randomly generated. So last time I was down to London and back there this week. So that was like Coach E, seat 47, Coach E, seat 50. I don't go with Coach E, you know? I go straight for Coach U because most people go to the pre-assigned seats. And Coach U is... Coach C is unreserved, but it's half a shop as well.
Yeah.
Coach U is just completely unreserved, double barrel unreserved. There's tables everywhere, green lights up on the wee things to say if there's reserved or not. And I just go there. I could get a whole table to myself. Then I walk down to Coach C, walk past my fucking seat that I reserved in Coach E, and it's fucking rammed. There's one wee bit. People have put crisp wrappers and shit on the fucking seat. And I'm like, I'm not daft enough for this, man.
But Coach U is like full of people who have not booked seats.
Who's that? Every ticket you buy comes with a seat number. It's for fucking disruptors like myself.
Well, it's
Industry
buy
disruptors.
on the day guys as well, right? It's buy on the day guys.
Yeah, are people who have got like an open return and they can just jump on.
Do you know who can afford to buy on a day? The fucking landed the gentry, man.
Oh man.
I'm sitting in there
The
with
suits.
the money boys.
The seats.
And they're fucking laptoping away, but it's not the quiet carriage, so they'll get upset that they're being loud with their laptops and their tablets and, you know, whatever they're fucking doing. It's quite quiet. I mean, Coach U, that journey back, I think there was 3 people in the whole coach.
For real?
I'm sitting there with fucking wireless charger, the little lightning bolt on the table. Anyway, thanks so much.
Thanks so much. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Do you have anything to plug? You got your special on YouTube?
Screen Rock podcast
Yeah.
is my podcast that
Yes.
you mentioned earlier. If you want to give that a listen, and then
Probably, I listen to it going to sleep, and I don't mean that in a
Oh,
boring
no,
way,
no,
but I lie
listen.
in bed and I'm just like, this is awesome.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
very
I've got
good.
a little half hour of stand up on YouTube. It's I'm reluctant to call it a special. Bits and bobs on there.
Yeah.
If you want to have a little look at that, and then yeah, we're bringing Screen Rock to, as I say, Glasgow's sold out. I'll be announcing Edinburgh soon, and then I'll be doing my own tour again after I get married next year.
Oh, great.
Yeah, get married
Congrats.
and then fuck off. Yeah, well, yeah, she does. She's getting really fed up with me at the moment. So I've had that ring thrown at me a couple of times recently. After that stag do, she wasn't happy. Shit, I was on the roundabout. She had to come and get me.
Your
Yeah.
head was twice the size, bright red.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
wheezing
It
like
was
a
me.
fucking...
Is this cocaine vegan, lads?
Yeah.
I only do cocaine on the forest floor. Have you got into plug? Well, you've got your whips coming up for
Got some
Edinburgh.
whips, yeah, come to that.
Cold meat.
Cold meat. It's coming along.
It's all over Scotland.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Doing a little whip tour.
nah, just a few whips. But like, I'd done the whole thing of going down to London and stuff last year. But for whips, it's like I don't want to lose money to practice a show, so I just want to do as many as I can near here.
I don't get it, man. When you see people doing these like whips, like I know, I won't say his name.
That's
But are you all over the shop for the whips?
I was always dead against the whip tour. I was always like, why are you fucking wasting your money going to all these places? And then this year, I'm just like, man, I'm going whole hog, putting my entire pussy into this show. I'm just like, fuck it. I'll go to Borden. I'll go to Surrey to fucking do a double hander with Paul McCaffrey in front of fucking posh freaks. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm doing this tour in the worst conditions possible.
Why?
It has to be good. Have to
Well, that's it. Yeah.
iron in the fire.
Yeah, you really find who you are when you're watching McCaffrey kill with that fucking bolognese routine.
Oh, he's so good.
Oh man, he's an unbelievable
Yeah, he's
comedian. You're
incredible.
watching him take that room apart, those fucking homeowners in Windsor, and you're like, wow, I've got work to do. I tell you what, you'll encourage you on the way home. And you're tip tapping.
Fuck, man. I would upgrade to. Have we ever even spoke about standard premium? Maybe save it for next time we speak about the different things you can do in Avanti West Coast to upgrade.
I've never been on that.
We'll leave it for another day, huh?
Yeah.
Time.
Little cliffhanger.
Little cliffhanger for when Jacob Hawley returns
I'd
to
love to,
the Some Laugh
Yeah.
shed.
People will be annoyed though if we don't talk about that the next time you come back.
I'll write it down.
It's fine.
Write it down.
I'll get it tattooed on the inside of my eyelids. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me,
Cheers,
lads. Really
Jacob, man,
appreciate
that was
it.
great. Again, check out
Screen Rot.
Check out the special. Fucking see you live wherever you're going. There's great stuff. Have you got anything to plug?
My whip tour.
Your whip tour.
Get to Windsor. Paul McCaffrey's on. He's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. But I'm doing two in London, Newcastle, Bristol, Glasgow, a couple more. I've got like 4 more whips in Glasgow, 2 at the Rumshack, 2 at the Stand. I'm doing fucking Edinburgh, Monkey Barrel whips. And I'm everywhere. Just go and see me, please.
Yeah. I don't know how to end this because Jennings usually does it, so I'm just going to say I think it's comment, rate, and subscribe. That's
Comment, rate, subscribe. Send
On-
to your best friend and say, I love this, you'd like it too.
listen on Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff. Come and see us on doing stand-up and that, and
It's going on forever.
Yeah,
It's a new episode. Mark's like screaming, like, stop!
Patreon content. So the thing about stand-up premium Avanti West Coast, that would be a great Patreon.
actually, it's a good show. We do have a Patreon as well. Sign up to the Patreon.
up to
Thank
the
you for
Patreon.
reminding me about
And I
that.
have a podcast, Here Comes Guillotine, with Frankie Boyle and Susan McCabe, so watch that if you like Scottish podcasting.
And I've got a separate podcast from this if you want to check that out. What's the script? See you later, guys. All the best. Thank you. Bye.